What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Busy Life Podcast. My name is Julie, and I am so excited you are here. Whether you are a new listener or you've been here for a while, it doesn't matter. I appreciate you. I am so proud of you for showing up today. And I know that sometimes even just hearing those words is enough to make you cry or enough to make you smile or just feel good or remove that anxiety or help you just feel like you can take that deep breath that you've been trying to take. So I want you to know that before I even start today, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you for coming here, for listening to something that's going to help you reach your goals, whether it is health related, fitness related, mindset related. We've got it all. And the best part about being a podcast host is knowing that I can help you no matter where you are. You could be going for a walk. You could be driving in your car right now. You could be at work doing something and you just got me talking to you in your earbuds. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. And I am so excited to do this episode with you guys. Today's episode kind of comes from a place that I've been thinking about talking about for a while, but honestly, I realize these are really important things that have to do with weight loss, that have to do with feeling better, that have to do with you actually achieving the body physique goals that you want. Now, before I get into any of this, I want you guys to remember that I am your friend. Yes, I'm a personal trainer. Yes, I'm a nutrition coach. Yes, I'm a women's health specialist. However, I'm not a doctor. I am not a medical professional. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. None of that. Okay. I don't have those degrees. So everything that I say just comes from a place of wanting to help. It just comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of research I've done, but it is not coming from a diagnostic standpoint. So anything that I say, of course, take it into consideration. And if it's something you seriously want to try, go for it. But of course, if you ever have any concerns about yourself or anything that you're going through, always run it by your doctor. That's just something that I got to tell you guys because God forbid, I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Not that I would ever recommend like you doing something absolutely absurd. I would never do that on this podcast. But I just want to be clear. And it's to make sure that you guys are being safe. So, as you know, as most of you know, oh gosh, I should go even further back than that. I was going to say that I'm on a cut, but I should go even further back to saying that I have been on a journey to loving my body and taking care of my body for many years now. I have many episodes on it, and I highly recommend you go back and read those if you too are on a journey like that, or if you're starting one or considering starting it. I highly recommend it. But for today's purposes, I want to go into a more recent part of my journey, which is that I have started a calorie cut or a calorie deficit. And it's been hard. And it sure as heck has not been perfect. It's been really difficult. I mean, if you're listening to this episode in a more recent time when this episode's coming out, it is Valentine's Day week. So that's hard because I know on Valentine's Day there's donuts and there's chocolate and there's all the sweets and dessert because, oh, everybody loves to pass out chocolate. And it's just like, really? It's so tempting. So yeah, I'm going to have some because I love chocolate covered strawberries. They are just so decadent and they're my favorite. And I actually love the heart-shaped Krispy Kreme donuts with the filling on the inside. Oh, they're my favorite. Not sponsored, just a massive fan. And so that's hard. My dad's birthday is coming up. So yeah, we're going to have cake. And then my mom's birthday is coming up soon. Then we're going to have cake there too. I mean, it's just like, I'm constantly surrounded by sweets. And those make it really hard for me because personally, I'm not like I'm not a big fan of fried food. I'm not a big fan of French fries or burgers and milkshakes. Like, that's just not my thing. It never has been. I've always been more of like a tacos girl or pizza. But honestly, when you say those words and you talk about those kinds of foods, be honest. You think about the greasy kind. You think about the kind from the fast food restaurants or the kind that make your mouth salivate. You don't really think about the healthier burger that you could make maybe with like ground turkey or ground chicken even, or even like salmon, like a salmon burger. You don't think about the air fried french fries or the, protein ice cream milkshake. You don't think about those things. So yeah, when Valentine's Day comes around, I think about not the dark chocolate. I think about the milk chocolate and the heart-shaped boxes and all those things. And it's just hard because in a calorie deficit, you're eating less food so that your body is burning more and using more energy, and the more fat burning. There's a whole episode I have on that too that I'll make sure I link in here. But it's just hard, and it does a number on your body that's not bad. I don't want to make it sound like doing a cut is bad, but for somebody like me who has never really taken a cut seriously, like very seriously, I've always just exercised to move my body and to feel good, and I never will remove that feeling. Never. That is a value of mine that I refuse to drop. But I just wanted to try it. I wanted to do a proper cut. I'm in a good mindset. This is a good time for me to do it. And I've been successful. I'm actually down about 6 or 7 pounds, which to some people is probably like, really? And then other people are probably like, yay, that's amazing. That part doesn't really matter as much, other than the fact that it's been working, right? The whole point is to lose weight, to eat a little bit less, not to restrict yourself, not to make yourself feel like I can't have any of these things. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I won't eat this. I won't eat that. This food's good. This food's bad. No. But the part that people forget is that those are not our natural thoughts, right? They're not. The first thing you hear, because let's talk about Valentine's Day since it's February, is chocolate. And then you think sugar and you think, oh, bad, right? That's not healthy. It's not. Because it's not bad is having some chocolate covered strawberries on Valentine's Day, even when you are trying to lose body fat. It's not. It's not bad to have the donut because it's Valentine's Day. And this is probably the one time you're going to have that donut because you never get to go to Krispy Kreme. It's not bad. We have to stop telling ourselves that things are bad in order to make us feel better. Because when we say that they are bad, it's like you're punishing yourself. You're punishing the food. You're punishing the act. Maybe something that's bad is, going out to a bar to watch the Super Bowl and to have a beer and to do this and to get the wings and to get the French fries, and that's bad. It's not bad. Did you have a good time? Were you with your family? Were you with your friends? Did you have fun? Okay, great, because then guess what? It's not bad. Things that are bad are when we've had a poor time, when we've made a poor decision, when we've done something that we regret, when we did something that we knew we shouldn't have done because it actually is harming us. Those are things that are bad. Eating chocolate covered strawberries is not bad. Eating a donut is not bad. This is the secret that we need to think about in order to make us feel better. We need to stop labeling foods and stop labeling experiences as bad when they're not bad. I believe that they are life lessons. They are things that we can learn from and we can move on from and we can make a better choice from, but they are not bad. And let me tell you why this is so important to me and why I've been thinking about it so much recently. The first reason is because this will happen to you no matter what. No matter what. Whether you are trying to lose weight, whether you're in a cut, whether you're not in a cut, whether you don't give a damn about what you eat. Things like this happen. There is always going to be people, places, and things that trigger you. I bet you right now, as I'm saying this and as you're listening to this, one of those things is coming to your mind. And one of those things is like making you go, oh, yes, this person at work, or oh my God, that time I went here and did that thing. Oh, I totally regret it. Or, yep, never doing that again. Never eating that food again. It made me this, it made me that. There might be people out there that are triggering. I've got some of them too. There might be places that you want to avoid. I have those places too. And there might be things that you need to avoid and things that you want to limit. I mean, and they can be quote, quote, not bad things. Like for me, I am lactose intolerant. So I can really only handle maybe like a half a cup of yogurt. And that's the max amount of dairy I can have. Like for dinner tonight, I had like a yogurt dip with my dinner. And that was perfect because it was a half a cup of yogurt. I feel fine. But if I have ice cream, if I have like hot cheese in my eggs and things like that, forget it. Forget it. My stomach will hurt and it's not it. I don't even want to label that as bad because dairy is not bad. There is just, it's the term, guys. It's the term bad. There are things that are wrong for you, and there are things that you need to avoid. But to call something bad when it's not actually bad isn't helping your mindset. What the worst part is when you know damn well that you want it. Let's stay on the Valentine's Day topic. You know damn well that on Valentine's Day, you wanted chocolate covered strawberries, or you wanted that heart shaped box of chocolates. But you know what? You're not a fan of the heart shaped box of chocolates. You like the heart shaped boxes of Reese's. And there's like, 5 in there, one for each day of the week. Or, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to have half today, half tomorrow. It was a rough day. It is what it is. But instead, you ate them. You felt bad. You sat down. You started to feel even worse because now you're really thinking about it. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I just ate 3 of those 6 Reese's cups in this heart-shaped box chocolate, and now I'm going insane, and I've ruined my diet for the day. I've ruined my fitness pal for the day. I've ruined my plate. Oh my God. And now you're spiraling. And now you're in this phase of guilt and anger, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then you say, screw it altogether. You end up having the whole thing. You say, you know what? I already did it. Today's my cheat day. I'm going to eat all the things I want to eat. And then you go out and, you know what? In the staff lounge, guess what? There's more chocolate because it's Valentine's Day. I'm going to have chocolate. Ooh, there's heart-shaped lollipops. I'm going to have some of those too. And you're going crazy because you said, screw it. It's just, you know what? We're going to eat all the bad food today. Been there, done that. And you get stuck in this mindset where now every single thing that you've just eaten, you told yourself it was bad. So the day's over. You come home, you're brushing your teeth, you're getting ready for bed, and now your stomach's starting to hurt. You're starting to feel bloated. You are feeling uncomfortable, and now you're in a state of regret. It's almost like you are grieving the acts that you just did. And I know what this feels like because I've been there. Again, I'm not a doctor. I am not, an eating disorder coach or anything like that, but I know what these feelings feel like. And you can have disordered eating patterns and disordered eating habits, like binge eating habits or binge eating episodes, and still not have like the full out eating disorder. That's what I've learned. That's what I've heard. Everybody has their days where they go a little crazier than others. So I'm just speaking from experience when I say these things, because then you know what happens the next day? You're like, okay, whew, I got this. It was a rough day. I'm going to be fine. But now you get back to work. And guess what? There's still chocolate on the table at work. There is still a couple more Reese's from a box that you forgot about, or from your students, or from your friends, or whatever. So now those foods are bad. Nope, I can't have those. I had them yesterday. It's bad for me. I just want us to be careful with the way we label those foods. Foods that are actually bad are these foods, in my opinion. Number one, if you're allergic to them, please don't eat anything you're allergic to. It's not funny. We can't be messing around with that kind of a thing. That is actually bad. If you are allergic to peanuts or fruits or shellfish or anything, please stay away. That, yes, for you, that is bad. Do not do that. I laugh because I've been there, done that, found out I'm allergic to like 5 different fruits. So, I'm avoiding those. Those are bad. Number 2, food that is actually bad is like food that is moldy. Please do not eat food that is disgusting looking. And by disgusting, I don't mean like a food that you've just never tried. I mean like food that has hair, food that is moldy, food that fell on the floor, food that has dirt in it. Like, you know what I mean? When you go to a restaurant and you're so excited, and then all of a sudden this long black piece of hair comes out and maybe you're a blondie. Don't eat that. That's gross. Those are foods that are bad. Food that was in the fridge for way too long. That's bad. Food that was in your pantry for who the heck knows how long, and that expiration date was years ago. That's bad. Those are bad foods. They went bad. They are bad. That is when you can use the term bad. When you actually enjoy it, this is where I get concerned. As a nutrition coach, the thing that I hear majority of my clients say, and I've even caught myself saying it too, is I can't have that. It's bad. It's bad for me. That's just, it's just so sensitive, because I know what you mean. I do. I know you have goals. I know you want to feel better. And I know that maybe that food doesn't make you feel the best. But maybe there's more to it than just the food. Yes, if a food if like me, okay? If you know that you can't have a lot of dairy because it's going to make you bloated, it's going to make you gassy, it's going to make you have cramps. Yeah, no, maybe don't have that much of it. But I know that the food itself is not bad. And you might be thinking to yourself, Julie, why do you care so much about this? I'm going to tell you why. Because do you really want to be that person who's watching everybody eat the food that you love for the rest of your life? I mean, really? Do you really think you're going to be that person who never has a piece of birthday cake at a party? Or who never has the cookies around the holidays? Or who just watches everybody else eat the pizza and the wings at the party? Are you really going to be that person who only has the carrots and celery and ranch? Are you really only going to be the person who has only salad for dinner? And I'm not talking like a yummy salad with like protein and nuts and everything. No, like you literally have like lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and you call it a day. Because I don't believe you. I really don't. And I think the idea of healthy has gotten so morphed into what magazines talk about and to what artificial people talk about. And when I say artificial, I mean people that just speak from their ass. Quite honestly, the people who are just getting paid to say things like, yeah, I only ever eat chicken, rice, and veggies every single meal, every single day. And this is why I look this way. No, you don't. No, you don't. And you know what? If you do, fine. I don't want to live a life that boring. I want more than just chicken, rice, and veggies. I want pizza. I want the burgers. I want the yummy food. And you know what? It's okay if I have the salmon burger and the sweet potato fries instead of the beef burger with the regular fries. But it's also okay if I want to have a beef burger with regular fries. The bottom line here is our relationship with our food is just as important as our relationship with our body. And the minute you notice those little red flags, like calling food bad or binge eating and preventing yourself from enjoying life experiences, that should be your wake up call. That should be when you say, you know what? Every time I prevent myself from this experience, I go a little crazy, don't I? I start obsessing over it. I start overthinking about it. I then eat everything because it's in front of me because I want it and I can't have it later, so I'm going to have it now. That's the other thing too, is that word can't. When you feel like, "Oh, well, I'm going to have it now because I can't have it later." I've said that so many times. It's ridiculous. I can have a donut whenever I want. And you know why I don't feel like I have to have a donut every day? Is because I know I could get one. They're right down the street. I literally live down the street from 2 Dunkin' Donuts. When you realize that it's just food and it's not going anywhere, it's not going to do anything to you unless it actually is, then again, please avoid it. It's not bad. It's food. And if you want some, don't even get me started on this. But if you want some and you are hungry, don't you dare deprive yourself. Yes, I'm not telling you to eat the whole thing of donuts. I'm not telling you to sit in one sitting and have the heart shape, all the heart shaped chocolates. If you do, no judgment, but I promise that's not going to make you feel good and you're not going to feel good about it later. But I am promising you that by staring at it, by salivating over it, by thinking to yourself, "Oh, it's bad. I can't have it." You only want it more. Instead of if you just said, "Oh, I would love a donut. Thank you so much." Or, "You know what? I'm trying to be good right now. I would really love to try that donut though. Would you mind if I cut it in half?" Allow it. Allow yourself, guys. You get one life. You have to live it. Do you really want to live your life looking at food as good and bad? Because, like I said earlier, I guarantee you your list of bad is sodas, fries, burgers, ice cream, chicken nuggets, pizza. But I also bet you that those are the foods you like. And that's okay. It's okay. Life is about balance. It's about knowing, okay, you know what? I had some chocolate today, kind of made my stomach hurt. So I think tomorrow, if I want a piece, I'll have it, but I'm definitely not going to have as much. But I'm still going to allow myself that chocolate because it's yummy and I want some. That's what it's like. This is how I coach my clients. I show them the foods that are out there. I remind them about the value that comes behind the food and the experience too. I mean, Christmas time, when all those cookies are out, yeah, I want one. Especially when I go to my parents' house because we don't have the same cookies. I have different cookies at my house than we do at their house, and then we exchange them and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I want one. Am I going to go in there and have 10? Probably not. If it's a bad day, I might have a few more than just one. But yes, if I want one, I'm going to allow myself it, because the minute you let go of that control and you release the whole feeling of like, I need to have it doesn't have as much meaning anymore. And it's not so bad. It's just one cookie, it's just one donut. The other thing too is we get so fixated on calories. And I'm thinking about that specifically right now with doing a cut. And I'm very thankful that I'm in such a good headspace that I can catch these things. But I really wanted that donut. And you know what's crazy? Is I thought to myself, I should probably check the calories before I have this donut. And I know that there's a time and a place. There is a time when, you know what, now I'm really being really strict, or you know what, I'm really not in a good place. So I do need to avoid this, or you know what, health wise, my doctor told me I really need to limit things like that. So I got to listen to my doctor. Please always listen to your doctor. That's why I prefaced at the beginning of this that I am not a doctor in any way, shape, or form. So if any of this is like, oh, Julie, I wish, but like, you just don't understand. I'm this or I'm that. I have to do what my doctor says. Please do what your doctor says and save this episode for a time when it's appropriate for you. It's not going anywhere. But if you're not, if you are just looking to make peace with your body and to make peace with your food, don't put so much pressure on it. Don't put so much pressure on the calories. Maybe make the next day a better calorie counting day. And today, enjoy the donut. Enjoy the chocolate covered strawberries. And then tomorrow, yeah, if you want a little piece of chocolate, go ahead, scan the barcode and track it. It's okay. The funny thing is that when people think they're tracking, they like can't include things like Reese's cups. Yes, you can. Especially on my Fitness Pal. Turn it over, get the barcode and scanner. I did that the other day. We had cookies in the staff lounge that they bought from Trader Joe's, and I had two. I was like, these are the best cookies I've ever had from Trader Joe's. Oh my God. And I wanted two. So guess what? I said, I'm trying to track. I'm in the middle of a cut. I'm going to get my phone. I'm going to come back. I'm going to scan the barcode on these cookies and I'm going to eat them happily. Those were delicious. I think they were like a butter cookie with like a raspberry filling. My gosh, I could not. They were so good. So I said, you know what? I am going to have two. I really liked it. I want another one. I'm even going to track it because I'm still counting and I am in a cut and I'm doing really well. But I want to acknowledge something that makes me happy, something that brings me even just a little bit of joy during a stressful day at work. And yes, if it's just two little cookies from Trader Joe's, how amazing. We don't want to rob ourselves of memories that food can bring and beautiful times that food brings. I mean, I will not forget those cookies now. Will I go and buy a box? Probably not, because I don't want to be tempted later. So I'm going to be smart when it comes to that. But if somebody else buys a box and brings them to school, am I going to go get another one? Yeah, probably. They were good. So I just wanted to come on here and I just wanted to tell you guys that the secret to feeling better is taking away the label. Don't tell yourself that the things you really love are bad. I used food for majority of this. And I know it's a lot trickier with people. I know it's a lot trickier with things and places. But when it comes to food, because we need food, we need it. Food is our fuel. And sometimes a chocolate donut is that little thing you needed just to get you through that last bit of the afternoon. Do I recommend you have a chocolate donut every day as a nutrition coach? Probably not. But you know what? Every person is individual. Nutrition is so individual. So as you listen to this, I want you to find a way to adapt this for you. Maybe you don't have the binge experiences. Maybe you don't label food bad, but you label like dishes bad. Like, oh, you know what? No, Thanksgiving Day is so bad. I eat so bad on Thanksgiving Day. I bet you still do some extent of this. If you have found that this was you in the past and you're growing and you're healing your relationship with food, I want you to share your story with me. I want you to find us on the Busy Life podcast on Instagram, and I want you to share your story with us. I want you to tell us what it was like, what you went through, what tips you have, because I know as a nutrition coach that so many of my friends, my clients, even myself, we've all been there and have had some degree of a struggle with food. If you are even on like a specific plan, like you have talked to a registered dietitian and like a doctor, and you're like, you know what? They actually gave me these really good tips for when I'm having these cravings or I'm having these moments where I really want to eat a certain way or do a certain thing, but now I'm feeling better because I blank. I want you to tell us that too. Again, nutrition is so individual. What I eat could be totally different than what you eat. And then what the other person eats may be different than what we both eat. But the purpose is, the point of this episode is to make sure that you are not robbing yourself of living and loving and enjoying your life just because you're afraid of eating the food or you're afraid of having something bad. Because I promise you, in these last, what has it been now, 7 weeks, I am down 7 pounds. That is about a pound a week. And that is healthy. It is steady. And it is with having donuts. It's with eating cake for my dad's birthday. It is with fully embracing and enjoying my life. I have this like ground turkey mac and cheese that I have just because I prefer ground turkey over ground beef. It's not even I'm not telling you that ground beef is bad. I just don't really love it. I have that almost all the time. I love pizza. So I eat a lot of pizza. Not a lot because I told you that I have the lactose intolerance going on. But yeah, I have my pizza. Yes, I love some ice cream. Again, not a lot. Dairy. But I also know how good my body feels when I have like my fruits and my veggies and my protein shakes. So I don't neglect those at all. But I definitely don't neglect the food that makes me happy. I do not. I refuse to live a life full of restriction and limits and then be 91 and turn around and look back at my life and be like, I should have had those crab cakes more often. Or I should have gone to that ice cream shop with my dad more often. Or I should have done this with my mom more often and enjoyed those cupcakes with my sisters. I mean, really, guys? We don't know how much longer we have on this earth. And for us to worry so much about what goes in our mouth is depleting our energy and preventing us from living the life that we are meant to live. So get out there, enjoy food that makes you feel good. As always, be mindful about it. Think to yourself, what is going to make me feel good right now? What is something I'm going to be proud of? What is something I did before that maybe I can do better about this time? And love your food, love yourself. And when you do those things, I promise, I know you already know this. I feel like we just ignore it. But I promise it's going to make you feel better. You will still hit your physique goals. And if you need more support, do not be afraid to reach out. My inbox is always open. I am currently taking new clients. If you guys are interested in nutrition coaching, just DM me for those details on Instagram. And I promise, you got this. You are not alone. You are not the only person who struggles with food and body insecurity and food labeling and limiting yourself. It's such a wide spectrum and range of difficulties and experiences, and it's so normal. It is so normal. We are fed such BS by the news and magazines and what people on social media say and that they do. And it's like, well, how come she can eat this way and I look like this when I do it? Don't look at that. Look at it and think, oh, that's awesome. That's great that she can do that. What can I do to make me feel good? What does my body like? What foods do I enjoy? And I want you to incorporate it one step at a time.